Good evening. Vayeshev Yisrael b'Shittim, Vayelech ha'am liznot el benot Moav. While Israel was staying at Shittim, the people profaned themselves by having relations with the women of Moab. Imagine the situation. Everybody is fine, minding their own business, most likely occupying themselves with the deep study of Torah, when suddenly, out of the blue, a group of Moabite women, as well as Midianite women, enter the camp and entice the people to sin with them. Now, most of the people were horrified and watched by silently, not comprehending or having any idea of what to do. However, the men of the tribe of Shimon, we can imagine most likely young men, were instantaneously overwhelmed by the circumstances and fell right in, as the saying goes, into a burning ring of fire. They succumbed not only to their carnal instincts, but to the sickening idolatry of the Baal Peor as well. Suddenly, a man comes before Moshe, the leader of the tribe of Shimon no less. He comes with his new Midianite concubine, basically telling him, "Hi Moshe, here I am. What do you intend to do about it?" Vehem abochim petach ohel moed. The majority of the people did not sin. They were simply stunned and did not know how to react. The pasuk says that they stood by crying. What were they crying about? Rashi points out that Moshe himself forgot the halacha of what to do. He forgot the Torah. That's why they started crying. Even Moshe did not know how to handle this bizarre situation. Now, consider at the time when the people sinned at the golden calf, Moshe then knew exactly what to do. Suddenly he forgot the halacha? Well, fortunately, there was one man who did remember. Pinchas took his spear, Shish Kebab, that Shlumiel, and his consort Cosby, and the episode was finished. Well, what just happened? Just a few minutes before, the people were in the Beis Medrash of Moshe Rabbeinu, studying Torah, analyzing the myriad of details which make up the halacha, and then suddenly, in a flash, everything went out the window. How is that possible? What's going on here? Well, many answers have been offered throughout the years, but I found something unique in a beautiful essay on a totally different topic. Rabbi Soloveitchik describes the essence of the study of Torah, or what Torah study is really all about. Perhaps we can apply his words to our question to try to resolve this conundrum. Rabbi Soloveitchik says that when Joshua brought the people into the land of Israel, he was told by God, "Lo yamush sefer Torah hazeh mipicha, v'higita bo yomam v'layla." Never remove the Torah from your mouths. You shall hogeh, higita, day and night. What does that word hogeh mean? Says Rabbi Soloveitchik, it is not sufficient to study the Torah merely from an intellectual standpoint. Person can have a good head, the capacity to memorize, analyze, and even create new concepts in Torah. But unless he truly loves it, is passionate about it, cares for it emotionally as well as intellectually, it will never penetrate his heart or his soul. Hogeh means to become emotionally attached to the Torah, as a mother caresses her child without thinking, no intellectual analysis necessary. Furthermore, the pasuk tells us that this mitzvah applies yomam v'layla, day and night. What do we mean by day and night? Day signifies when times are good, when we possess peace of mind to relax and enjoy our study. But at night, that represents the bad times, when the world has turned dark, when the world has turned against us. Then, especially then, it is of paramount importance to study the Torah with passion and with love. King David says in his famous Psalm 119, which is totally dedicated to the study of Torah, Lulei Toratcha sha'ashuai azavadeti be'ani. Would it not be for your Torah, which is my joy, my delight, I would have perished in my affliction long ago. In our time, when someone is depressed, lonely, suffers other dark emotions, we can offer him sedatives or tranquilizers or other pills to lift him up. Rabbi Soloveitchik humorously claimed that he never had to take a pill, not even a bufferin, an aspirin. Rather, when he was feeling low, he would open a Blat Gemara. Suddenly, in would walk Abaye, Rava, Rambam, Ramban, the Kesef Mishnah, and the Ramah, and all at once, his loneliness would dissipate, his depression would lift, and he would return to a normal emotional state. I would like to suggest, with your permission, that this is what might have happened at Shittim. The people study Torah, yes, but at that point, for whatever reason, they were already studying by rote. They had lost the love, the passion, the emotional connection to the Torah. And when emotional needs aren't met, oye gewalt, anything is possible. Pinchas, on the other hand, he never lost that passion. He was a passionate person. When all the people were crying, and even Moshe Rabbeinu was at a loss, Pinchas knew exactly what to do, because he not only studied the Torah, he was hogeh the Torah. He loved it and could not stand by when it was being humiliated in such a horrible fashion. When someone attacks your beloved, your loved one, your nearest and dearest, you fight back instinctively, without forethought. And this is what Pinchas did. For this response, Pinchas was given the gift by the Ribbono Shel Olam of becoming a Kohen, a servant in the Lord, in the house of the Lord. He was also given the special covenant of Hashem, which he placed upon him, the covenant of peace. May we invigorate our study of Torah with passion and with love. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu grant us peace and tranquility from all of the difficulties which face us during this period of night. Shabbat Shalom.